All right. So a bit of possibly good news, with President Brains leaking out of his ears. You never know if he meant this, if he just said it, if he was thinking about his next bowl full of Rocky Road. But Biden says he's considering Australia's request to drop prosecution of WikiLeaks founder Assange. President Joe Biden said Wednesday that he's considering a request from Australia to drop the decade-long U.S. push to prosecute WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange for publishing a trove of American classified documents. For years, Australia has called on the U.S. to drop its prosecution against Assange, an Australian citizen who has fought U.S. extradition efforts from prison in the U.K. Asked about the request on Wednesday, as he hosted Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida for an official visit, Biden said, watch, we're going to play the clip. You're going to see that's not far off. Assange has been indicted on 17 espionage charges and one charge of computer misuse over his website's publication of a trove of classified U.S. documents almost 15 years ago. American prosecutors allege that Assange, 52, encouraged and helped U.S. Army intelligence analyst Chelsea Manning steal diplomatic cables and military files that WikiLeaks published, putting lives at risk. Australia argues that there is a disconnect between the U.S. treatment of Assange and Manning. Then U.S. President Barack Obama commuted Manning's 35-year sentence to 7 years, which allowed her release in 2017. Assange's supporters say he is a journalist protected by the First Amendment who exposed U.S. military wrongdoing in Iraq and Afghanistan that was in the public interest. Assange's wife, Stella Assange, has said the WikiLeaks founder is being persecuted because he exposed the true cost of war in human lives. She has said its health continues to deteriorate in prison, and she fears he'll die behind bars. A British court ruled last month that Assange can't be extradited to the United States on espionage charges unless U.S. authorities guarantee he won't get the death penalty. So this is Joe Biden. There's a Japanese state visit right now. He was walking with, I believe, the Japanese Prime Minister.
Australia's request that you end Julian Assange's prosecution.
I didn't hear you.
Do you have a response to Australia's request that you end Julian Assange's prosecution?
We're considering.
You're considering. Do you have a response?
So, your president, ladies and gentlemen.
I was hoping for something a little better than that.
Hey, I hope that was not just an offhand, even saying something very hopeful. He's just such a dickish person. It's the way it just came off very dickish. But hey, maybe they seem desperate. They're throwing out the new student loan program. They're trying to send signals that they're going to, as we covered, condition aid to Israel. Maybe he's desperate enough to pardon Assange.
Possible. I mean, the thing about this is that, like, this isn't, it's not just like people like us, and like media outlets like ours who want him to do this. Like the New York Times editorial board wants him to drop the charges. Like it's pretty mainstream across corporate media as well. And look, these are very dark times. This is a very dark year. Do you really want to add on to that list going into a campaign season that you tortured the most important journalist of our time to death? Like, you really want that? You really want to add that to your record at this time? There was talks of them offering him a guilty plea deal earlier. Yeah. That may be the middle ground. They're trying to strike so they can claim victory and sort of validate the prosecution while at the same time saving themselves from the, very ghoulish sort of spectacle of actually like torturing him to death. So it's possible. I mean, that struck me as 50-50 whether he was just blowing the guy off. Yeah. Considering it, whatever. Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
50-50.
That's what I'm saying. And of course, we went there for Day X and covered the protests outside the Royal Courts of Justice. And on the one hand, the verdict was great relief. It bought him more time. On the other hand, by all accounts, he's not doing well in there. They're not treating him well. He's in Belmarsh prison. They put this journalist in the worst prison in England, like he's a serial killer. And according to all accounts, he's not doing well psychologically. He's not doing well physically. He wasn't even well enough to appear in court. And,
well, that's the other thing. I mean, time is of the essence here. Like, what are you thinking about it for? There's nothing to think about.
Right.
Yeah.
And that the bar that the court set, that the U.S. Guarantee they're not going to give him the death penalty, seems like a very low bar. I don't even think they would have been asking for the death penalty. It seems like a condition the U.S. could easily meet.
Perhaps, but I would have to check this. I don't think they agreed to rule that out, actually. I'm not sure about that. I'd have to verify.
Oh, I'm not saying they did. I'm just saying they could. Like, I don't think it would cost the United States a desired outcome to just say, yeah, fine, we won't execute him. I mean, if we're not doing it, it's just typical American arrogance, just not wanting to give an inch.
Right.
All right, Misha, to you.
All right.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you hate shitty coffee? I, for one, really hate shitty coffee, which is why I'm excited to introduce to you a company that's revolting against shitty coffee, and it's called the 1775 Coffee Company. Now, I haven't had it yet because I only drink decaf. Steph has had it. Steph, how do you like it?
I really like it. You know what? I have a French press, and so I've been using my French press and totally enjoying it. It's delicious. It's smooth.
So 1775, the world awake. In 1775, the world awakened to a new era. And now it's 1775 Coffee Company is bringing you a coffee that embodies that revolutionary spirit. Crafted with passion and precision, our beans are ethically and exclusively sourced from the finest coffee beans farms of Bolivia. Didn't know that. 1775 Coffee Company's farm-to-cup journey ensures the highest quality of authenticity and sustainability from start to finish. With each sip, your palate will recognize and appreciate the dedication and passion that goes into crafting this single-sourced brew. 1775 Coffee Company takes pride in offering customers a truly exceptional coffee experience with their premium coffee collection. But their dedication to this revolution extends beyond the realm of taste. Safeguarding freedom of speech is critical right now, which is why 1775 Coffee Company has joined forces with Rumble in defense of one of our most fundamental rights, freedom of speech. Coffee that's sure to awaken all your senses, including the sense of freedom. So choose 1775 Coffee by going to 1775coffee.com/litter. That's LITTER, and use the code LITTER for 10% off the checkout on your first order. 1775 Coffee, brewed to perfection, crafted with revolution.
Isn't it swell? The memes make themselves. They found a rabbi hole, tunnels and all. There's Jews in the walls. Isn't it bliss? The rabbinical grace soiling the mattresses. Well, let me tell you. Shut it down. If I were Rabbi Shmuley and diddle 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 digga digga diddle diddle dum, all day long I'd diddle little bums. If I were a Shmuley man, I'd peddle all my dildos, dreidel dildos, selling dildos with my daughter and her mum. If I were a Jewish Shmuley man, I'd be digging with a dildo in my bum. I'd wear a grotesque nose and go grab some goyim right on the nipple with a pinch. A Shabbos lap dance brace for the youngest mensch.
Hey, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down there for more AM Joy and the rest of MSNBC. And click on any of the videos right here to watch the latest interviews and highlights. And you can get more videos from MSNBC for free every day with our newsletter. Just visit